Kabam let us know more details on why Marvel Insider ended, what's happening with Sigil Compensation as the Arena 1 goes out, exciting details to drop on Friday for the August update, this stream on Friday. It's going to be really spicy, by the way, everybody. And Alliance Wars season is delayed due to issues. Good day, everybody, and hello. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to Hump Day. It's halfway through the week. Is it going well for you? It better be. So we're going to kick off with this. As a lot of you know, it is Marvel Insider RIP. This particular collaboration between both companies. Well, I don't know if Marvel Insider is I suppose it is like a part of Marvel. But as you know, Kabam would submit rewards or points to win rewards. Rewards you can then exchange, and then once a month or whenever you wanted to exchange it for stuff and then send it to accounts. There's been this big problem with the extent of, not excuse from it, but there's always a desire to learn more from this community. And as Kabam did say, it's ultimately a lot of work of something that very few users took part in. We explained the issue behind this, like more people I think would get involved with it if they were opened up to use it. It required a lot of time each month to create and implement these packages. Upon evaluation our reach through this initiative, it was apparent that the number of summoners impacted by these packages do not align with the work put in. And then we understand summoners who like the partnership very passionate about it, etc. So look, it ended. Sad times. Some people said they don't care. Some people will say, you know, it's sad because there might be some element of collection. Yes, do bear in mind, and something that I did miss from the video that I did covering this is that under the special tab there is a collector specific month thing where you can get special 2-star champions from. But do bear in mind, the biggest issue, and like the point I made in the video still reigns true, is that. Can you see that? Yes, you can. 100 units for the opportunity for a 2-star. Now, look, if you're doing an exponential amount of times, it's not great, especially looking at the fact of like, look, this player picked up in 2021, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those 2-stars. And do bear in mind, we have to guarantee that in 6 crystals, which would be 600 units, that you're able to pick up some of these champions. It's not good for free to play, and it's definitely not fair for a lot of those that, you know, want to spend on this, because there may be some people that want to collect, you know. But look, we're going to get to the point. And why do we all flash forward now? Well, Kabam have responded to this particular thread, which, you know, charted the life of it and was going, okay, well, sad times to say goodbye to us. So Kabam Mike said, as of yesterday, in response to it took a lot of time to create those packages. Easy solution, keep them the same every month and swap 2-stars, new champions. Kabam Mike says, creating the packages is not the time consuming part, it's getting rewards out. This is not an automatic process because your username, which is what Marvel Insider collects, is not your user ID, which is what it requires to get players these packages. It takes a lot of time for something very few people actually took advantage of. Again, this is something I think that Kabam needs to kind of understand, is that, well, that particular process was not available to everybody worldwide. And again, some people will say they care, they don't care about this, but look, the more you make available to understand that there is something like this, which for me was something that when I couldn't have access back 5 years ago, I decided not to kind of like get involved with it, or 3-4 years ago, something like that, whenever it was. There is a way around this. There's actually a really good way of kind of dealing with this, which I said in the video. If people kind of, you know, there were some people that reached out and go, Rich, that was a good idea, about the next thing we're going to talk about. But in any case, going further to this, I get your point, but it seems very counterintuitive. You're talking about closing it because how much work was involved in dispersing the package, but you said yourself that many people used it. That's not counterintuitive at all, regardless of the number of people take part in it. It took about the same amount of time. Now, as I said in the video I put out at the weekend, there is a way of dealing with this, and that is use the web store. Kabam have just launched something which has something which, what's that? Yeah, that's right. That's my username. So it means that there's some element of login to this. There's some ID. Now, I'm not saying that, I mean, going like, oh, spending type thing. No, something similar. Something that could be built that could have some kind of like element of a loyalty system of some description. I don't know. I don't think Kabam would kind of consider something like this. But, you know, what if they could do a loyalty-based system? Complete this content, get some points. Use the web store version, exchange points in the web store for stuff in game. That'd be cool. But the thing is, I can imagine Kabam would probably look at this and go, well, we already have stuff pre-built within the game, so why aren't we using the game? Same thing could be said, well, why are we spending on the web store versus spending via the game? I don't know. I feel this could be a good opportunity to use this web store in a different circumstance. A nice loyalty bonus scheme type thing. I don't know. What's your thoughts? Put it in the comment section. But also the secondary point to that is because the username ID and all that stuff that's kind of like, well, you log in. It's like a system that will send stuff to accounts. It's doing it at the moment, so use the same tech. But in case moving on, I probably spent a bit too much time on that particular subject. We need to motor through some of the topics of the show today. But look, you know, we're all passionate about this Marvel Insider stuff. Well, some are, some aren't, depending on if you know, some people won't be able to access it. But in any case, moving on. Live stream Friday, exciting times. A lot of us are very much looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great amount of coverage. There's also going to be something that I did miss in the video yesterday, is that there's going to be a Legends Challenge. That should be interesting. We're going to see what that's all about. And that's going to be great. Especially because this new Paragon content is actually not going to be what you think it is. So in reading some responses by Kabam Jax, which came in early yesterday morning, said that... where is it? I think it's... Obviously you can theorize on this stuff. No, I think it was today. It was today. No, it was yesterday. Sorry, yesterday. About the Legends celebration event. That's that. No, here it is. Here it is. Sorry, I got to the point now. If this is going to be a Paragon event quest, then can it please not be one of those things that becomes outdated super fast? Just looking at Thronebreaker event quest, the challenge is there, but the rewards aren't. By the time you have strong enough roster to complete the content, the rewards are relatively worthless. Kabam Jack said in response to this, it's something new. I think it's pretty dang cool, but I'll let you decide yourself. That opens up, obviously, for interpretation on the matter. Now, I did theorize first off that it was more than likely a new threat level. But if it's going to be something new, this could really change out stuff. If it's not an event quest and it's not side quest orientated, is it going to be something separate to that? That's interesting. Very interesting indeed. So we'll have to see what that is. You know, Friday is when this drops, this live stream. We'll be dissecting it. Probably won't be live streaming as it goes live, but I definitely will be kind of breaking stuff down. They do the live streams around about the time I have dinner, and I have a regular dinner o'clock that, I'll tell you what, I get hangry around that time. I know a lot of people that do get hangry. It's not nice. Now let's move on to Arena Compensation. So, as a lot of you know, Arena Compensation has gone out. Look, whether you like this or whether you don't like this, as in don't like it, I mean, look, we'll like compensation for stuff when it goes wrong. But there have been some people that I've heard from that aren't too happy with this. And I do get it, especially for those more seasoned grinders that maybe looked at the compensation coming out and it's not quite there. There's also a part 2 to this, which I think is more important and something that Kabam indeed promised about this, and yet I can't find any information to kind of like point in the other way. So some people have said they're not too happy with this because of the extent of the grind. I'll take it because at the end of the day, I don't think Kabam are giving out anything more spicier than that. And I don't think are willing to give out anything more spicy than that. So, you know, in the meantime, I'll take it. But I know some people that aren't too happy about it. One thing that hasn't been responded to, and it's difficult to get comment on the matter, and that is the promised Sigil extension. So one thing that Kabam did promise was the Sigil would be extended for those that, you know, were unable to use the Express Arena mode, which is a key part of the Summoner Sigil, and something that a lot of people spend their money on in order to kind of access. Some people, you know, don't buy excessive amounts of stuff in the game. They just like the Summoner Sigil. If I was to come back and spend in game, I would buy the Summoner Sigil. Probably nothing else. I just don't see that kind of need for it. But currently, I'm not. I'm a non-spending player in Marvel Contest of Champions. But for those that did spend, they want to see back what Kabam promised. Now, I can't remember 100% what Kabam said. I'm going to have to find it. Which here it is, I managed to find it. Sigil subscribers will also receive an extension of their Sigil subscription. That will account for each day the bug was live and a fix went out, plus 3 extra days. That's 8 days plus 3 days of that, 11 days. So, yeah, that should be there. and it did say something that this would be happening until the beginning of August. I want to say that Kabam is still yet to action this. It may be a case that takes a bit more time for whatever reason. So I would say keep vigilant. It may be by the time this video is out, that is an official word for Kabam when that's going to be actioned. But the point of recording this video, which is the 1st of August, we do not see any kind of response or action for that to give players that extra sigil that they've indeed been asking for. Okay, now we've got to go on to Alliance Wars and the stress that comes from this new season. So Kabam, as you know, or I don't know if you have seen this, have announced that there is going to be a delay. There's going to be a delay in the season. So Kabam did say this was, I think, Monday. After a rocky off-season and a couple of delays, we are further delaying the start of the Alliance Wars season. This will give summoners more opportunity to settle into pre-season, familiarise themselves with persistent placement. So something I have been kind of like talking about in some videos is the idea that, well, look, if you want to start the season off, you're going to have to consider some compensation in some manner, maybe some loyalty in order to help out, alliances. And because it's stressful to go into a new season and not familiarise yourself with stuff. So the pre-season is being extended with this in mind. Additionally, we are still discussing an appropriate compensation package for extended downtime. So there is going to be some compensation, which is good. It just depends on what it's going to be. I'm hoping that it is stuff that players want to see, whether it's health potions boosts or loyalty. Can't tell if that's the main things. I don't know if shards would really make any difference because this is all about the impact of the mode. And I guess that's the thing of Kabam saying appropriate compensation package for the extended downtime. That's going to be something. And also the things that kind of missed that were not in the battleground side of things, which obviously we did a video on if you watched that video. Thank you for your patience as we work to implement new features and adapt to the issues that process present. And amending as we may not be able to commit to the 9th. Damn. We are aiming for the 9th, but may need to postpone beyond that point. So it's not guaranteed that we'll get the 9th of August kickoff. This could be something that means that the season is kind of extended out longer than it needs to. Say from a point of, well, it just impacts into how season 44 is going to go and stuff like that. So that's the biggest concern right there. The impact. And also the impact on rewards, because you could be saying like, right, well, we could be getting on with getting a new season up on the underway, be part way through, and then it's like, well, we should have reached the end point of season 43 at this point, but we're not. We're still doing this, so it means that there's less spicy rewards on offer in a shorter period. It's like, not having a season means you're not able to get another 7-star or another 6-star or another rank 5 6-star or some kind of like rare reward that you're regularly used to getting. I didn't really explain it too well, but I think people would understand what I'm trying to get to with that one. But yeah, I've seen a lot of like stress on this particular matter, especially throughout the last few days since Kabam announced that on the Monday. And yeah, like as Green Goblin says here, like this is draining. A little over 1 day to go, and there's still no update on another delay or any. Well, I think this actually came in at the same time that people were kind of like asking that one. When are you guys planning to restart champs from Defense War? So that's the other thing as well. Like that some champions are still. There's a lot of bugs with. It's got more bugs than Bugs Bunny, right? And that's not good to have that many bugs. And I guess the thing as well. Start next season 44 early. Yeah. Send compensation equal to last season's adjustments, final results. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if Kabam will do that. Well, we really will have to see how this kind of like evolves, and I guess we won't really know until like next week. I guess that's the problem, isn't it? We're doing something when it comes to a new change to something like Alliance Wars. It's not easy to change and alter to these new changes, which is disappointing, but that's the thing that really happens with they're trying to do stuff behind in the backgrounds with this game. Is it that complex to make these kind of alterations, changes? But it could be that mythic crystal situation, which we've been talking about a lot. Those 7-stars in accounts, inflating them at the moment, is mega, and how that kind of impacts. Even more so when some of those champions have been used to make gains, but also be placed in defense in Alliance Wars and cause everything to kind of, well, cock up, so to speak. In any case, what's your thoughts? Put it in the comment section. How do you feel about this Alliance War season situation? Because it is very sticky. Now we're going to end the show on upcoming arenas and arena predictions for Kindred and for Ant-Man. So predictions wise, I'm going with 130 mil for Kindred as a 6-star. That kind of brings it in line close to a Silk arena recently, as based on a new champion, so I'm going with that. 5-star Kindred, I think 38 mil is a bit much, but I don't know if we're going with a kind of a 32 to 35 kind of threshold, so go with 38 mil to be safe. 6-star Ant-Man, I'll go with 21 mil. I just don't see the pulling power of that champion. Look, I'm not saying it's a bad champion. It's just a case of, like, I don't know if people will go out for it. And we'll probably do the same as the Yellow Jacket arena recently, which was around about that 21 mil mark, and 10 mil for the 5-star version. I think that would even go lower than that. But those would be my predictions for those upcoming arenas. Thanks very much to supporters of the channel, whether or not you are a YouTube member supporter, a Patreon supporter, or indeed a Twitch supporter as well. Thank you very much for doing that. Finally, check out some other content which is located on screen right now, and I will see you in the next video, whenever that will be. Probably going to be an objectives guide for the final one. Look forward to it.